Valhalla Polo Team
versus King Power.
So welcome back here to Calgary TV, produced by Polo Line TV. We are back for the second quarter-final of the day. Slight change of scenery. We are at Lawns Ground at number 2, the scene of the final when it does take place next week. And what an opening game we had. We spoke earlier of some of those players that have already made their way home. You can now add the name of Barto Castagnola to that list. Desert Palm Polo, they fought hard, but at the end of the day, Ladolfina Great Oaks, they remained undefeated. Perotto Cambiasso, what a young player he is. They await the winners of this next game coming. Valhalla, the team that has won the heart and minds of Calgary, the underdog story that keeps on going into the quarterfinals. They come up against multiple winners, the big names, King Power, Nico Perez, Pablo McDonough, standing before the Valhalla side. And let's go to that side first of all, Valhalla, and see a short clip of their journey to the quarterfinals.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Polo Line TV. And we are coming up to the second quarter final. I'm your commentator, Tim Ward. And I've got John Kent be joining me shortly. This is going to be a really good one. We've just witnessed a fantastic one already with Perotto Cambiasso and Great Oaks, Ladolfina Great Oaks getting through. This one, though, Valhalla versus King Power. Whoa, as we're just hearing a bit of thunder cracking down above. It has been a sunny day until now, but there's some quite ominous looking clouds coming. But that's not going to slow us down, I don't think. This is a really exciting one. Valhalla versus King Power. John.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Great to be back with you. And we are going to go straight. You see that young man in the picture, Will Harper. We're going to go straight to an interview with him and hear his views on the tournament so far for King Power.
No, it felt good today. You know, the field makes a massive difference playing here at Knoll. We can really use the team's horsepower. We moved the ball well. Top, I thought, had an amazing game today. And yeah, we couldn't miss today. It was good. Felt really good. No, I mean, having my dad, being my dad is, of course, amazing. You know, always someone to ask for advice with anything, when buying horses, when taking jobs for teams. No, he's a big role model in my life. He's someone that I've grown up watching, the horses, the way he controls the game. No, I'm very lucky to have someone like that to teach me. No, Pablo and Nico, they're both amazing. They're the most nicest guys off the field. You know, they're so relaxed. Of course, they're two of the best players in the world. They're unbelievably talented. When you need those goals, they deliver for you. You know, my job is to sort of try and give them a bit of space, and as soon as they have that little bit of space, they make damage with it. To have them on my team is, no, it's awesome. No, I feel really comfortable with them on the field.
One.
So second stage of the knockout now is the quarterfinals, and wow, this tournament has been something special. People are talking about it, the best Gold Cup they've ever seen. I mean, the closeness of these games, we've had 16 games so far go within one goal, which is phenomenal. So exciting. The top scorers of all, though, at the top there, as joint is Heta Castagnola, 32 goals, and Francisco Elizalde, 32. Castagnola is going to score plenty more though. He's still there in the quarterfinals. And then Barto Castagnola made 29 goals before he got knocked out today. Cruz Heggie, 29 as well, great penalty taker. And Polito Pierres has scored 27 goals. We're here. I'm here, Tim Ward, with your commentator, John Kent. And we're going to sync up the mic soon, and we'll be commentating both of you together. So, for the horses in this chugga, so as we're about to get underway for the second quarter-final here in the Gold Cup, we've got the horse list for King Power, and top is on Categorico. Will Harper is on Dyslexia. Nico Perez is on Furlong, keep an eye out for that one. And Pablo McDonough is on Lamada. So for the teams, we've got in the maroon, the notorious Valhalla polo team. At number 1, the owner of the team, Justin McRae. At number 2, the tall Englishman with the blue helmet, that's Jack Richardson. At 3, what a game he had to get here, Benja Panello. At 4, Alfredo Capella.
And it is that team, Valhalla and Benjamin Panello, looking to get us underway. We will go through the King Power lineup as well when there is a break in play. But for the time being, Alfredo Capella, the big hitting Argentine player, taking control at the back here for Valhalla. Behind him again will come Benjamin Panello. In just putting on the pressure there is Nico Perez for King Power. So Benjamin Panello, he opens up his shoulder, sends it up towards the goal. It's Justin McRae who's waiting. Justin McRae with the tap just wide to the right-hand side. Big early chance for Valhalla.
Yeah, great chance there. Great polo, and good that they're already using Justin and trusting him up at the front to finish the goals there. Good team play from Valhalla.
So it comes again now with Pablo McDonough, Nico Perez, Will Harper and Kuntop. That is your King Power side. Multiple winners of this British Open. Nico Perez combining early now with Pablo McDonough. McDonough taking on Jack Richardson to the left-hand side. Pablo McDonough, his first chance to get going now. Sends the ball up into the air. Looking to see if he can find top. Justin McRae, he comes across and there's an early whistle on the play.
Well, looking very, very good. Like you said, multiple Gold Cup winners out there. And McDonough came through, put the pass up there. Top was coming onto it. And we'll see which way this goes. But it looked like a Valhalla crossed in front. So we're going to get the first penalty of the game. And it's in favor of King Power.
Just here on Polo Line as the players do tee up that ball. Warm welcome to all those who are here. We are commentating live at the ground as well. And we'll do our best to keep the comments separate where needed, but it is going to be Pablo McDonough stepping up early doors.
Lovely job. Pablo McDonough slots it in and puts them on the board. 1-0 early on for King Power.
So do look out for some of these horses early on in this contest. Nico Perez playing Furlong here in this opening chukka, as Tim mentioned earlier. An Elliston horse brought over from Australia by Jim Gilmore. Furlong, great to see it out here with Nico Perez. It's here now with Harper, Will Harper, looking to take on Jack Richardson. Jack Richardson, he's on a locally bred mare called Sierra. Just bringing it round now, looking to take on Pablo McDonough. Still here now with Richardson. Benjamin Panello getting involved. Alfredo Capella all in maroon out there today, and Capella takes it round. This is great play by Valhalla. Alfredo Capella taking on Nico Perez. This is where Valhalla have been so impactful throughout this tournament. Couldn't quite pick it up this time, and it's a chance now for King Power to counter. Watch from McDonough. McDonough wants a pass, and he gets the pass delivered, and now Pablo McDonough taking on Alfredo Capella. The umpires are happy. It's Pablo McDonough. He's being chased by Benjamin Pinello. Pinello steals it. The umpires, they thought about it. It was a late whistle. It's going to be a penalty.
Well, yeah, it looks like there was a foul in front of the goal there, but what a team play. Beautiful play from the King Power team. The pass out to McDonough to make that run toward the goal was looking very, very good by King Power early on. So, King Power team will get another penalty here. 30 yards, open goal again.
The player's just going off. You haven't go change horses. We are then beginning to feel the rain coming down behind us here, live at the ground. So it could begin to impact things out here.
Well, Pablo's put it through again, making it 2-0, both from the penalty spot. King Power in the lead.
So a strong start out there by the team in blue, but you can never count this Valhalla side out. Their tournament has been defined by late comebacks, last-minute victories, showing the heart to get to this stage. As the ball comes back in, it's Pablo McDonough. McDonough, one of the best players in the world with the ball at the end of his stick, sends a backhand into the open space. Turning onto it first, though, is Benjamin Pinello. Pinello just comes in. Out there with him is Harper. Is it still Benjamin Pinello taking control now for the maroon shirts of Valhalla? Sends it up, looking to see if he can find Jack Richardson. Richardson beaten for speed by Pablo McDonough. McDonough now has a little look down the ground. He's got no one to pass to, so hooked out for play, but he knew exactly where Nico Perez was going to be. Nico Perez, we will see his cousin Polito, two brothers Facundo and Gonzalito in action tomorrow as Nico sends it down the field, looking for Top early stage. It's Top now with the chance, leaves the ball behind, and there is Jack Richardson. The umpires, I don't think like the angle there of Top, but we'll see what they decide.
Yeah, let's see what the umpires come and decide on that one. Beautiful play, though. Brilliant play from King Power. They're looking very, very strong. Well-organized unit early on.
Yeah, so spot hit penalty in favor of Valhalla. Top coming round at speed, just came in front of Jack Richardson as Jack Richardson looked to clear. So it is going to be Valhalla. Alfredo Capella tapping the ball into play. Sends it out to the right-hand side, looking for Benjamin Pinello. Pinello, he will pick it up. Capella on a beautiful grey called Dammer out here in this chucker. Pinello, the dummy shot now, looking to take on Pablo McDonough. Confidence is certainly not something Pinello is lacking, but he's beaten to it by McDonough. McDonough now looking for Top. It's Top on the near side. Takes a neck shot towards the goal, but Capella, he will come onto it with a little bit of time and space here for Valhalla. 2 minutes to go here in this first chucker as Alfredo Capella spins it round. Has a look to see where the runners are. He's got Pinello again to the left-hand side. They need to get these passes and stretch the play and stop Pablo McDonough from being able to control. And this is where they're at their best. Pinello sending it to Alfredo Capella. Capella comes through at speed, calling off Justin McRae. Alfredo Capella, he's got the speed to get round Nico Perez. Can he catch the ball? It's Alfredo Capella for Valhalla through the goal.
Wow, what a beautiful goal there, Valhalla. And that's one of the reasons why they've gained so much attention and love from the crowd. They score such exciting goals like that. Beautiful passing. And what a run down the middle there. Capella.
What a score that is by Alfredo Capella. And for the first time this afternoon, as the crowd begin to take cover from the rain, we hear the Valhalla crowd roar. So, players come back in. Pablo McDonough looks to go. McDonough taking on Benjamin Pinello. Left behind by McDonough, and Capella comes across, or Will Harper. He nearly got him, but it's still here with Alfredo Capella. Capella went for the long pass down the ground, looking to see if he can find Jack Richardson, but it's turned around here by Nico Perez. Nico Perez on Alpagata the Grey. Turning it round now for King Power. It's still here with Nico Perez. Benjamin Pinello, Alfredo Capella. They crowd Nico Perez out. The umpire's happy for play to continue as Jack Richardson hits the backhand. A minute to go here in this opening chukker. Going on for play again will be Will Harper. Harper can't get round Pinello. Jack Richardson turning. And now there's a chance. All the umpires, they're going to blow the whistle there. It's Valhalla moving forward. So just having a look here as the rain really does begin to fall down. Have a look at that shot. We're somewhere hidden in there. I don't think you can quite see us, but we've got about 4 umbrellas covering us. But it's going to be a penalty close in favour of Valhalla. Tim, a big chance.
Yeah, very big chance here. And, well, just they play such exciting polo, these teams. Just saying, you can see how they've got such a crowd behind them at the moment. Benja is going to take this one from the short penalty and through it goes. So they'll even it up 2 goals at all as the rain really starts to come down now.
So 2 goals all. Benjamin Pinello with the score for his side. Benjamin, what a match he had against White Crane in that last round. So players back to the centre of the ground. We've probably got time for one more play before the players go off and change. As it goes back into play, it is going to be Benjamin Pinello, leaves it for Capella. Now Valhalla, they begin to run. Will Harper comes across. Great play by Jack Richardson, but his teammates hadn't quite read it, and the umpires, I think, also spotted something.
Yeah, so there was a little deflection there. Jack Richardson thought he jumped onto the line, but it looks like he might have crossed it in the process. Benko took a hit there. Look, he's got a bit of pain.
Well, it wouldn't be Gold Cup quarter-final week, Wimbledon final weekend without a little bit of British rain for us to enjoy. The show here at the ground, it will go on. And it is going to be a penalty from the centre of the ground in favour of King Power. McDonough will eventually come round and take. They may be just checking with the third man that the conditions are okay to continue. But in advance, it looks like they're going to go off and change horses. That's it for both sides, and also for yourselves here at the ground. A big thank you to those putting up with the conditions. It's just a short shower, I'm sure. We'll be back underway very shortly here. The second quarter-final of the day, tied at 2 goals apiece.
Welcome back, Polo Liners, and we're back at it here now. Pinello took a little injury there, but the ambulance came, sorted him out. So in the rain, we're just coming out to finish the first chukker here with the scores 2-2. So this is what happened just at the end there of the chukker. See if we can catch anything. It's Richardson crossed over there and got the foul. Benja, no, he'd had an injury just before, I think. Not possible to see what it was. Okay, so we've got 20 seconds left of this very first chukker, and the scores are 2-2 already. Okay, so we're going to start from the halfway line. A penalty in favour of King Power.
So Pablo McDonough, the man here for King Power, sends it long down the ground. A little golf chip looking for Top at the front. Top's going to chase it. Capella comes back. Capella, no distance on the near side. There's Nico Pires, but Benjamin Pinello beat him to it, and Jack Richardson takes control. Richardson has a look down the ground. He's got Pinello to his left. He's got Capella to his right, and that's where the ball is heading now for Alfredo Capella. Benjamin Pinello calling for the pass as Capella slows it down. Now he sends it long, but he's shown it straight to Pablo McDonough. McDonough on the near side just gets enough to give it back to Top, who turns and takes it over the centre of the ground. Oh, just for a second, Top looked like he was gone. Capella with the open backhand, looking to give it back to one of Jack Richardson and Benjamin Pinello. The hooter has gone down in the far corner. That is the second one, and here at the ground, let's hear them for both sides going off and changing. 2 goals apiece. It's going to be all 2s on the board.
Valhalla Polo Team
versus King Power.
Well, welcome back, everybody, as the thunder crashes down. Will only make this game even more epic than it already is. And it's 2 goals all in the second for these two great teams. King Power, of course, the powerhouse, been around for a long time. Valhalla, new here and doing amazingly well. For King Power, Will Harper is on Sasha. Pablo is on Extrema. And, sorry, Pablo is on Fissurada.
Apologies, just to jump in there, Tim. I think there is going to be a break and play. Safety, of course, is paramount. We saw some lightning, we heard some thunder. So players being sent back to the safety of the lines. The lightning, of course, this is all about the health and safety of both players and, more importantly, the horses. Bring back memories, quite rightly said to me, of that final a few years ago where there was a pause in the middle of the game as well. So there is going to be a break and play. We will wait until this inclement weather clears and we'll be back underway as soon as we can. But we will take all into consideration. But thank you, and we will see you as soon as we can.
There was too much lightning. Dangerous. This game is really epic on a number of reasons now. 2 goals all right at the end of the first, or we could be starting the second chukker now with 2 goals all. Game not really going much, but we're about to start again. The players had a chance to regroup and we're underway.
So we are back going again, and it's Pablo McDonough looking to get going here in this second chukker. McDonough, Valhalla with the defence. Jack Richardson looking to see if he could find Alfredo Capello on the turn. Harper left that backhand behind as it's here now again with Pablo McDonough. McDonough coming through for King Power. You can see the conditions really beginning to have an impact out here now as it's still with Alfredo Capella. Capella, it's becoming a real fight, and you just wonder, is this going to suit Valhalla in the way that they go about this game? Looking now with Benjamin Pinello. Justin McRae goes on a run down the centre of the ground. It's still Benjamin Pinello. He's got Alfredo Capella behind him. Jack Richardson there as well. But Nico Perez comes around and cleans up all in front of him. Perez. Behind him there is Pablo McDonough. McDonough and King Power look to get going again, but it's against the pony. Jack Richardson turning it round. Capella calling for the pass. Jack Richardson keeping it close. Jack Richardson now for Valhalla. Can the England international keep it? No, he leaves it behind. And how about that for a clearance by Pablo McDonough, sending now Nico Perez on his way. You could see the water coming off the field as Nico Perez goes. As Perez takes out the air once, twice again, and a third time, and a fourth time. Perez playing tennis with the ball out here close to the boards. Will Harper, he's in there as well. Alfredo Capella looking to take the ball, but Nico Perez beats all comers again, and Perez, he's determined to go all the way here as it's still Nico Perez taking on Benjamin Pinello. Perez with a shot into the pony of Pinello. The umpire's still happy as Pinello slows it down. The open backhand flick. Looking again for Jack Richardson. Richardson now, the game really running early in this second chukker. And it's Perez who turns it round. Perez now to the right-hand side of Pinello. Perez got to pick up the play. Coming across is Will Harper, and eventually there is a whistle on the play.
Wow, what a bit of play there. Amazing performance. Nico Perez coming out and setting fire to the game there, showing some amazing action, but the resilience and the defense of Valhalla was so good. And when they get on attack, they play such exciting polo Valhalla. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, really, really intrigued to see how this one goes throughout the game. Remember, La Orfina Great Oaks, they await the winner of this game, Benjamin Pinello. Can't pick up the players, so it's going to be Top coming round onto the play now. Cooled off by Pablo McDonough. McDonough, he's got a runner in Nico Perez to the right-hand side. And Nico Perez is going to get there, takes it out the air. Nico Perez with the next shot. Oh, it's wide to the left-hand side. What a chance there. What an effort.
Yeah, what an effort. Nico Perez, this chukker is absolutely phenomenal. And what a beautiful effort that was, just going wide to the left.
So players, couple of them going off and taking chances to change. The game, you can expect it to get a little bit heavy. These horses are going to have to do a lot of work out here, so they will go off and change as much as they can as Jack Richardson leaves it to the returning Alfredo Capella. Capella, ooh, he wasn't helped there, and it's stolen away, but he's going to get it back again. Alfredo Capella takes it for the right-hand side of Pablo McDonough. Capella, look at that horse just flattening out as he takes it up over the halfway line. And this is where Alfredo Capella is at his best. He's coming through. He's giving it to Pinello. Pinello leaves it again on the near side. Oh, what? Harper's in there as well. The players collide and the umpires, they call stop to a play right in front of the goal, being attacked by Valhalla.
Oh, Valhalla on the attack there beautifully. Capella so dangerous with the ball when he comes pushing through. And then Pinello was in there trying to reach out and play it on the near side. There was a blue shirt in the way. There was a bit of a bump. And the umpires have discussed this one. They've gone over to the third man.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one to pick out there, Tim. You saw Capella was coming through at speed, and Pinello came in, took it. Will Harper was waiting. They ended up colliding. But you give it to an all number of opportunities there.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, and that's where the VAR is so great, isn't it? That the umpires can actually rewind, see exactly not only the lines and who was there, but who got there first. You guys can make your own decision on that. It's not an easy one, of course. From here, the foul was made right over in front of the goal with Valhalla on the attack, pushing through. Capella, though, is a great sight when he comes charging toward the goal at you. It's very difficult. You want to get out of his way at least.
Yeah, no, he's a force to be reckoned with. So just looking there at the reactions of some of the players, I think it is going to go in favour of King Power.
Yeah, which would suggest that Harper was already there, established on the line when Banker came in.
So penalty shot here. So penalty shot here in favor of King Power. And it is going to be Nico Perez, or shouts out to the left-hand side for Pablo McDonough. Great work it was by Top, taking away Capella to allow McDonough that much time, and he sent it up looking for Will Harper. Harper is Top out in front of him, but he couldn't get the clean contact. So coming onto it now will be Jack Richardson. Two England internationals here. Will Harper and Jack Richardson come together, and it's Richardson who gets the better of the opposition this time round. Jack Richardson being chased by Harper still. Richardson on the near side. The long arms of Jack Richardson just fighting his way through this King Power defense. But in comes Nico Perez. Perez coming round in front of Jack Richardson. Takes it out now towards the board. Has a look. He's got Top in front of him. He's going to look to go himself here, though. Nico Perez taking on Pinello. Pinello, he just took away his angle. Superb, confident play, but he's given it straight back to Nico Perez. Perhaps a little bit overconfident on that occasion as Perez brings it out now to the boards. Being watched by Pinello. Backhand into the pony. Turning onto it first will be Pinello behind a crowd of players as Jack Richardson and Alfredo Capella. It really is breathless polo out here as the conditions still hold strong for Jack Richardson to take on Pablo McDonough. McDonough with the near side backhand, but all his players had turned the other way, so Alfredo Capella just takes stock for a second. Capella leaves it now for Pinello. Pinello sends it out to the right-hand side. It's going to be Capella winding up for the big one, but didn't get the clean contact. Him and Harper just got a little bit tangled together, but Jack Richardson in front of Pablo McDonough looks to go. Taking on Nico Perez, but Perez holds strong. A minute and a half to go here in this second shucker. Richardson gets the hook, but the umpires are going to cool play to a stop.
Yeah, wow, what a bit of play that was as well. Nico Perez really going for it, making some beautiful attacks at Valhalla. Will Harper doing a great job blocking for him, giving him space to do so. And of course, he's got McDonough with him. Incredible. Valhalla, though, strong in defense. Also, a lot of powerful, threatening attacks. Scores remain 2-2, though. We've got a hit from the middle here in favor of King Power.
I think King Power wanted it a little bit further down the ground. They felt they were gone, but the umpires, rightly so, just saying penalty 5B. So Nico Perez, the name Perez, you will see plenty of it tomorrow. Two brothers, Facundo and Gonzalito. They play for Black Bears. Polito Perez, the cousin, with the Queen's Cup winners, Talent Trackers. And what a play that is between Nico Perez and Pablo McDonough. And Pablo McDonough, he sent it in from 150 yards out, finds a goal, and what a score that is. Let's hear it here at the ground again. Pablo McDonough making light work of it.
Oh, wow, that was just beautiful to watch, wasn't it? Nico Perez leaving it for Pablo there. The experience of these two players, they've been on the big stage many, many times. And then when they link up together like that, it is a force to be reckoned with. Putting King Power into the lead now, 3-2.
So one more play here, or at least in this chucker, as Top gets the backhand. It's into the pony there of Justin McRae, but the umpires are going to stop them. And this one could well be in favour of Valhalla.
Yeah, looked like there was a blue shirt just cutting in front of Valhalla as they were breaking away from the line out there. So as they were heading toward the goal, they're going to move this up to the next penalty spot, which will be a 60-yard penalty for Valhalla, and a good chance for them to even things up here as the rain continues. There is a bit of blue sky around.
Yeah, we won't worry about the fact the blue sky is sort of heading off in the other direction to us. But there is blue sky here, but it's a little bit lighter now, the rain.
So Valhalla from 60 yards. Capella to take it. He's had to go down to walk just at the last minute there. So at walk, takes a shot. It's high enough, but just out to the right. Look close, though.
Yeah. Just wide there by Alfredo Capella. You see the way he looked. He thought it was close. I think the wind just caught it. Goes out wide right. So Nico Perez with the tap. Watch for Pablo McDonough. He wants the pass to a right-hand side. Nico Perez sees him. These two work so well together out there as Pablo McDonough finds the space out in front. Top running down the center of the ground, calling for the pass as Pablo McDonough and Nico Perez again just keep the ball close, but it might have been stolen off in there. Great work between Jack Richardson and Benjamin Pinello, and now Pinello looks to go. It's Benjamin here, slows it down, takes it to the right-hand side, so composed from this kind of position. Now he opens up the speed, goes to the left. They all crowd him out. The umpires are happy, but I don't think it's going to matter as Alfredo Capella, as the first buzzer goes. Can he tie us up here before the end of the second? Chucker, he can't, but the whistle may well come in favor again at the ground. You guys still watching. You're the MVPs out here in the rain. Let's hear it, though, for both sides going off. 3-2, King Power lead.
Oh, well, a great attack toward the end there. Looking very, very strong again. Valhalla coming in toward the goal. Benja Pinello, if he is a man on form at the moment. We can see McDonough there. He's frustrated at the end. I think it may have ended with a foul right in front of the goal, which would give Valhalla a good chance to go back even. However, that brings us to the end of Chucker number 2. And so we'll take a short break and we'll be back in a minute for Chucker number 3. Scores are 3-2.
Valhalla Polo Team
versus King Power.
Here we go, back again, ladies and gentlemen, for Chucker number 3 now. Well, King Power in the lead, but only by 1, and they may have given away a penalty in front of the goal for Valhalla. It's a chance to even it up. It is going to get heavy and wet out there. We could be in for an epic battle. Top is on Picarona. Will Harper is on Pampita. Nico Pierre is on Reebok. That's a good one. Keep an eye out for Reebok. And Pablo is on Clave. Nico Pierres is performing incredibly well, putting on quite a show for us out there. Valhalla looking to even things up. Justin McRae is on Helven. Jack is on Amber. Benja Pinello is on Correct. And Alfredo Capella is on Testi. So, John, you know quite a lot of the horses of Jack's, do you, especially? Or?
Yeah, I know a few of the Valhalla ones. I think one to mention actually here, Alfredo Capella coming out on a mare called Testi, which won Best Playing Pony back in their victory against Desert Palms. A very recognisable white face, actually owned by Felix Hussein. I think he's making it easy for him to get on the field. He might well change, but if he does come out on it, wish he does.
There we go. Valhalla slotted that penalty, and the crowd are happy with it too. A nice round of applause from quite a big crowd here in the rain as Valhalla equalise 3 goals all.
So the Valhalla supporters on the far side beginning to find their voice here at the ground. What an atmosphere they create for this side. Based just up the road at Madam's Farm, Valhalla, as it's here now with Top. Top taken off him by Alfredo Capella. As we were saying on the live stream, watch out for this mare that Alfredo Capella is on, owned by Felix Hussein. This mare with the white face, Tasty it's called. as it's here now with Ben-Ami and Pinello. Pinello sends it long down the ground, looking to see if he can find Jack Richardson. Richardson now taking on Harper. Big under the neck shot by Jack Richardson. He was looking for McRae, but it's just left a little bit short. And Pablo McDonough looking to control the ball here for King Power. Look for a run of Harper out in front of him. Harper calls for it, and Pablo McDonough delivers it. Harper gets round Jack Richardson. The bounce of the ball leaves it for Top. Top now running down the ground, looking to see if he can find Harper again, but there is Jack Richardson taking away the man, and Ben-Ami and Pinello. Ooh, you wondered there. It was good play by Top. Left now for Nico Perez. Perez on Reebok here in this third chucker. Takes it to the left-hand side of Ben-Ami and Pinello and can't quite find the target. The umpire's having a look, but I think they're happy for play to continue.
Wow, exciting play. Great attack there from King Power. Hitting it up to the front. Top doing a super job, putting it up to Will Harper as well, and Nico then coming through again at the end.
So now watch for Valhalla. Ben-Ami and Pinello, he's the target, and Ben-Ami and Pinello, he gets it. It was great work done by Justin McRae to take away the attention of Nico Perez just for a second, allowing Ben-Ami and Pinello now to take the ball up, just edging closer towards the halfway point of his half. It's still now Ben-Ami and Pinello. Sends it out to the right, looking for Justin McRae, but Top again has done well. He's had a great first half so far out there. Top for his King Power side as Pablo McDonough just ushers Justin McRae out the way, and it's going to be here now with Perez, again with Pablo McDonough. Justin McRae continuing to make a nuisance of himself, so it has to be sent down the ground. Now watch Nico Perez and Reebok go. Nico Perez has a look down the ground. He's got Pablo McDonough and Top both out in front of him. Alfredo Capella looking to put on the pressure. In comes, oh, we nearly got him. Tommy Pinello, there's Harper, but Jack Richardson turning on the line.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. We'll see where the umpires put down this, but they're heading toward the goal in favor of Valhalla. Fantastic attack, though. Again, a lot of pressure coming in from King Power. Superb team plays again of Valhalla. Standing strong against the powerhouses and the experience of the King Power team.
The rain is really softening now, we can say it. Torrential rainfall has gone. It's still going to have an impact, but you wondered as we had that Gold Cup final years ago where it was stopped for about 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to get that here as Ben-Ami and Pinello does just stroke it through. So the goal is scored. Ben-Ami and Pinello puts Valhalla in the lead. So players back to the centre of the ground. 4-3, halfway through this third chucker. Here at the ground as the rain it does begin to stop. We do expect to see you coming out from your hiding places any minute now as it's here with Jack Richardson. Richardson. Behind him there is Alfredo Capella. Capella will pick it up and look to take on Pablo McDonough. McDonough just did enough there, and it's going to fall now for Perez. Hooked up the play. Superb play it was there by Jack Richardson. You can see this tactic. Get the ball, stretch your play with the early big hits for Valhalla. That's what they need to keep on doing as there's momentarily 2 balls on the field of play, but it's here still with Ben-Ami and Pinello. Pinello out in front of him goes Jack Richardson. Richardson looking to get there in front of Harper, and he does. It's Jack Richardson. Can he get round? Not quite. Ben-Ami and Pinello, he does. Oh, but the whistle has stopped him in his tracks.
Wow, great attack from Valhalla. All coming into play, all 4 of them pushing hard on that, picking up the loose balls, backing each other so well. In the end, I believe the goal has been given.
The goal has been given. The flag is waving, the crowd is cheering, so it's 2 goals now, separating Valhalla and King Power.
Great work from Valhalla there, pushing forward and supporting each other. There's great cohesion amongst this team, and it really does show. King Power now 3 goals, while Valhalla on 5.
So ball comes back into play. What can this King Power side do? Jack Richardson takes it underneath the pony of Nico Perez. All the players now close by as Jack Richardson just edges it up towards Will Harper. The pressure from Will Harper was good. It falls now for Nico Perez. Oh, just took a stumble, stays up, and it's still there with McDonough now for King Power. McDonough just pointing out He needs to be given the right of way. The umpires say it's there, so sent long down the ground, but top and turned back, so Alfredo Capella can come onto the play. Still up there on Tasty here in this third chukker. Looking to take on Harper. Harper got close by, but couldn't quite do enough as Capella is able to spin it back round. Justin McRae and Jack Richardson waiting out front. Further pass. It's still here now with Alfredo Capella. Harper's not giving him any space whatsoever. The shot goes long down the ground. Looking to see if he can find Richardson, but getting there first is Nico Perez. Perez looking to take on Richardson to the left-hand side. The pressure by Richardson was good, but the skill by Nico Perez was better as he turns round now. And suddenly there's an overlap for King Power. Nico Perez picks up the bounce of the ball. He's going to the right-hand side of McRae. Nico Perez using Harper as a blocker. All the ground had opened up for him, but Richardson with the clearing backhand into the stick there of Pablo McDonough. McDonough looking to take on Benjamin Pinello. The double act of Pinello and Capella putting on that pressure, and a lucky deflection does indeed send it back to Benjamin, but great play by Top, turning it at tail for Alfredo Capella now to pick it up here for Valhalla. Alfredo Capella, he's got to do something on the ball here with Harper and Pablo McDonough surrounding him. He sends it back, but look how Nico Perez just reads it perfectly. Takes it on the near side. The umpire's happy as Pinello puts on the pressure as it's still Nico Perez. Richardson not giving him an inch. Perez. McDonough comes in behind. Pablo McDonough. Here now with Pablo McDonough still. He gets to a right-hand side of Jack Richardson. He's just got a bit of space now. McDonough. Oh, what a pass. Pablo McDonough looking for Top. Top picks up the approach shot. It's going left. Can he finish it off? What a score. What a finish for Top.
Wow, that was a fantastic goal. Well worked from the King Power team from right back here. Nico Perez working very hard, doing a lot of work. Pablo then leaves it for him. Puts it up to Top in the middle, and Top finishes it off beautifully. Will Harper working constantly off the scenes to give his pros the space, and it just worked out beautifully, that one.
And you see there how hard this King Power side are going to have to work for every goal. But I love the way they use Top just to stretch the play, and when the moment's right, they will always send it up in his direction. As now McDonough and Perez. Once again, Pinello comes out from the defence to put the pressure on the front foot as Pablo McDonough turns it back round. He's got Will Harper out in front of him if he can see him, as McDonough just keeps it close. The first buzzer is gone as McDonough now looks to go. He's taking on Alfredo Capella at his own game, but Capella was sharp to it and will get the ball in front of the waiting Nico Perez. Perez with the next shot. Perez wide to the right-hand side.
Well, that's going to end the first half, and it is 5-4 at the end of chapter number 3, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a very, very exciting performance. We're seeing here two different tactics out on the field there. Valhalla at the moment leading, but just by one. End of chapter number 3. Valhalla on 5, King Power on 4. And Richardson comes out with it, gets a good shot forward, and another one up from Richardson, up to Pinello. Pinello picks it up and puts another one towards the goal, has a shot at it, and gets it. Baker Pinello has done it for Valhalla. What a game, what a comeback.
Laulay sends it to Castagnola. Castagnola to the left-hand side of Will Harper. Head to Castagnola. One bounce, two bounce, out the air. Head to Castagnola. No mistake this time.
Drives a shot right into the middle of the field and onto it nicely. There was Al-Bawadi. Oh, it was Al-Bawadi before. He's hit a good pass up to Heggie. He's up at the front. That's great play from the whole team and a superb goal. Well done. Great goal from Dubai. Special mention there to Rashid Al-Bawadi, starting the play in the middle and making the pass up to the man at the front. A standstill, chops that one forward. Oh, it didn't get away out of the danger zone. Backhand coming in, and Laulay comes onto it. He opens up another backhand toward the goal. Heta's there to finish it off, and that's a tidy little goal. Wow, great angles there from Dubai, and Heta's put up two already.
Valhalla Polo Team.
Versus King Power.
Welcome back here in the rain on Lawns number 2, Cowdrey. For the second half of this game, Valhalla just in the lead, 5-4. As you can see, 2 field goals each. Valhalla doing better on the throw-ins, getting 7 and King Power 4. Even on the fouls, just 5 from Valhalla and 6 from King Power. And Valhalla have hit 3 out of their 4 penalties through. And King Power got those 2 short penalties. So it's an interesting game. 2 quite different teams playing out there. Valhalla just piling on the pressure, working so hard like warriors. And King Power playing some really classy polo with McDonough at the back, with Nico working some magic in the middle. And then up at the front, Top's doing a good job with Will Harper working hard blocking.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. Like you say, 2 contrasting styles. Well, you've got those 2 9-goalers, Nico Perez, Pablo McDonough, all the class, all the talent in the world, but they are not given a second. There will always be 2 of them. Jack Richardson, very often one of them, Benjamin Pinello and Alfredo Capella, just launching into them as soon as they got it, not giving those 2 players at the back any time. But the danger of that is, if you don't get them at the front, then King Power can get through, and that's how they're staying on top when they do have momentum. But it's just so hard to stop that kind of a force. But then, horses, they may well tell a difference. For tiredness, for pressure that gets put on, King Power's still got to fancy their chances of coming out on this one.
Well, yes, and the field's still holding up beautifully. Imagine the amount of rain we've had over the last few days, but there is some sun coming up now, which is great to see. Still just one goal in it, of course. Valhalla just in the lead. And, of course, our social medias, Polo Line OK on Instagram, Polo Int on Facebook, and Polo Line TV on YouTube. They are all great places to catch up and keep up with the games. And we're getting really hot toward the end of this tournament now. There are, 7 teams left in after our first quarterfinal ended this morning with a win for Perotto and Ladolfino Great Oaks.
Yeah, 2 great games tomorrow. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock British summertime, both those games. Also exclusively live on Country TV. If you are watching on a friend's channel with them over lunch, over dinner, over breakfast, wherever you are, and you fancy getting yourself a subscription for the remainder of the tournament, still really, really worth it. But how about look at the back of that car there. He's settled in, glass of champagne, ready to go, really enjoying himself in what is only happens really in Britain.
Yeah, you go to some other countries and they say, what do you do when it rains? And we just say, well, we play on. So the players are making their way back onto the field now. Valhalla is out of the blocks first.
Pablo McDonough there, the La Irenita stable of horses. So much of his string made up. There's him and his brother, Matthias McDonough, over in Argentina. They have made the most amazing operation and truly now seen as one of the top breeds in the sport. As we have a look at some of the horses.
Okay, so top for King Power is on Calandria, Will Harper on Sucesora, and Nico Pierres on Fanta, Pablo McDonough on Picarona. As we get the horses for Valhalla, you can see them out there just having a quick warm-up before the second half. Justin McRae is on Nooney, Jack Richardson is on Carla, Benja Panello is on 31, and Alfredo Capella on Ingenio. Well, you mentioned the horsepower earlier on. That will come into play. Always does right from the start. There's horsepower, mentality of the players, and player fitness as well toward the end of the game. And these games, they've been going right down to the end as well. I'd say of those 3, probably horsepower being... Well, horsepower and mentality, you certainly need both of those, don't you?
Yeah, horsepower. It's amazing the level of horses that all of these organizations bring together. 2 very different setups in how these to organize their horsepower. King Power, as we've mentioned, they have, well established. They've been working with the Pires, the likes of Marcus de Paula for many years, creating this amazing string of ponies, then backed up, of course, by Pablo McDonough this year. Valhalla, very different level of organization. They're a team that came together, sort of players who hadn't been picked up by some of these high gold teams for the Gold Cup who were available come to this team. So, part of that is you don't have that kind of big organization background. There's sheer numbers that the likes of King Power had, which makes it, this run they've had to this quarterfinal all more remarkable.
Yeah, which is why they've become such a fan favorite. They're the sort of wild cards who have made it through with 4 outstanding games to get here, all of them going down to the wire. They won 3 out of those 4. And at the moment, they're winning this one, but only by 1 as we start the second half of this quarterfinal.
So players back on the field of play here at the ground. We're ready to get the second half underway, and finally a respite from the rain as well. It really is only dribbling now if you do want to re-emerge from under your covers. We'd love to have you back in the grandstand and cheering these sides on. So Valhalla. Alfredo Capella, Benjamin Panello staying close to him. Alfredo Capella coming up straight away there is Harper. So it's sent out to the right-hand side, looking here for Panello. Panello will slow it down as Nico Pierres looks to put on the pressure. Panello goes to the left. Alfredo Capella just creates that space. So clever how these two will wait. Now Benjamin Panello running to his left goes Alfredo Capella. Capella's got to beat Harper. Harper was strong, but not strong enough. And Alfredo Capella is gone. Look at Jack Richardson taking away McDonough. It's Alfredo Capella. Can he make it 6-4? Alfredo Capella. What a score! Alfredo Capella for Valhalla.
Wow, what a score. What a run from Alfredo Capella. When he gets going, it's very hard to stop him. And you certainly don't want to get in his way. So big, powerful. Those charging runs through the middle. Gets them ahead now by 2 goals.
So players back to the center of the ground. What a score that was, Alfredo Capella. So good in those situations, running from deep. The ball goes back in play. It was a horse called Ingenuo. He was out there on that goal. Now Pablo McDonough, has he got the space? The umpires say no.
Well, good try from King Power, breaking out of the line out there. They're still going. They didn't hear the whistle, but there was a whistle there. Pablo McDonough thought he had room, snuck in, but the Valhalla boys were quick onto it, and it looks like they may have been awarded a foul here.
So come on then, everybody to my left-hand side. Come on, everybody to my left-hand side. The rain has stopped. You can make your way out back to the grandstands. Let's come out for the second half of this quarter-final. So Alfredo Capella has a look to his right-hand side. Benjamin Pinello, he goes. Still now with Benjamin Pinello. Valhalla, can they keep the most of this momentum? Sent out left there, looking to see if he could find the run, but Nico Perez will get there. Nico Perez with the tail backhand. Pablo McDonough, he turns first for King Power. Oh, he nearly went, and he's got two Valhalla players behind him, so the overlap could be on as it's here again with Alfredo Capella. Capella gives it to Benjamin Pinello. Pinello now here for Valhalla. Still Benjamin Pinello has a look down the ground. He's about 120 yards out as it's still here now with Benjamin Pinello. Pinello making his way down the ground, just inching it up now towards Pablo McDonough, who waits. McDonough, top, and Nico Perez, they all crowd around him. Benjamin Pinello, I think his calibration was a little bit off there, sends it out to the right-hand side. May yet make something of it, but it's gone right towards the boards as we open backhand played now. King Power look to counter. Pablo McDonough, he can run from here for King Power. Pablo McDonough, he's got Harper out in front of him. Jack Richardson coming back as quickly as he can, but look at McDonough. McDonough's going to get there for King Power. Sends it up into the 60. Can he go coast to coast? Pablo McDonough chased by Benjamin. Pablo McDonough. Oh, Benjamin nearly got there, but he could have. A goal is scored. And what a goal that is by Pablo McDonough. King Power bring it back to 1.
Wow, what a beautiful goal from King Power, and Pablo McDonough charging through the middle there, finding his lines beautifully, finding space across the middle and finishing it off, putting them back on the board by 1. So we're here now, 6 goals to 5, just the 1 goal in it. And this game is really starting to open up.
Players coming back. King Power, they're saying they wanted the clock to count down tick quicker. The umpires will wait for 25, but he's gone again, and it's Pablo McDonough. He's on a mission here to tie it up. Pablo McDonough. Top takes away the defenders behind him. McDonough. This looks like 6 goals all. Slows it down. Keeps his composure. King Power. They've tied it up straight away. 6 goals apiece.
Wow, what another goal. What another great goal from McDonough there on that horse, bursting away this time straight from the line out. There was a bit of a mistake in the Valhalla camp. The back door was open, and Pablo McDonough has utilized that twice in a very short time.
So players back in the centre of the ground. Rain now fully stopped here at Lawns ground number 2, setting us up for a great last 2.5 chuckers as McDonough goes again. What a game he's had out here in this chucker, but this time couldn't find his player. Benjamin Pinello just dummied the backhand. Now looks to take on Top. Top is quick to earn, but Benjamin Pinello is quicker as Pinello goes to the right-hand side. He's all on his own up the front, though. Will Harper has completely taken Alfredo Capella out, but he's still going to find Jack Richardson. Richardson out the air once, out the air again. Jack Richardson, the England international, leans out in front of McDonough. Pinello on the near side. It's there with Perez. What a stop by Nico Perez. Somehow prevents the goal from being scored, and now they're going to run down the other end. It's end-to-end polo in this quarter-final of the British Open, and it's Will Harper running away from Alfredo Capella. He's got the pace, but he can't keep it. But what a play. A volley out the air by Alfredo Capella, but it's only gone as far as Pablo McDonough. McDonough stolen away by Pinello. It's going to be a drop ball, but what a period of play here at the ground. Let's hear it for both sides. It's an exhibition of polo they're putting on out there in this quarter-final. As Pablo McDonough comes again, McDonough sends it up into the air. Capella, he waits. Capella Gives it then to Jack Richardson. Richardson, nothing there. And it's Harper. They're going to complete the turnaround and make it 7. It's just wide to the left-hand side.
Wow, what a power play here from King Power, coming out, scoring those 2 quick goals. Pablo McDonough on Picarona. What a difference that horse has made. And even things up here now in the 4th as Valhalla will bring it in from the back line.
So they come again. Nico Perez back on the grey. Alpagata out here in this 4th chucker. Sent out left now, looking for Benjamin Pinello. Closed down straight away by Perez as Benjamin Pinello takes it right. Capella went, but Pinello, he keeps it all. He's left it behind, and Nico Perez looks to pounce. Oh, he's not going to get away with it.
Oh, Banco Pinello just made a little bit of a mistake on that one. Came back onto it. But there was a blue shirt coming down the line, heading toward the goal. So we heard one whistle for the foul. There was then a second one. That could be a technical. But nevertheless, King Power will get a penalty in front of the goal here.
Yeah, I think a technical certainly been given. I think there was more as well. It was Benjamin Pinello. Left frustrated. He's certainly a player who wears his heart on his sleeve, as Benjamin Pinello. And I think, Tim, he was given the old yellow card there.
Yeah, well, he was getting frustrated and not surprised when King Power are putting on the attack the way they are. They were under a lot of pressure in defence, Valhalla. And then giving away that penalty at the end is a bit of a shame for them. A chance now, King Power, to go up. But they're playing such fantastic polo with Nico and Pablo doing a lot of work, those 2 guys. Pablo made a big difference with that last toss, but here we go.
So Nico Perez with the score, 7-6. We were just saying on the live stream a yellow card was given to Benjamin Pinello. Just said a little bit too much to the umpires, and by the fact there has been another whistle, I think further punishment still. It's going to be a penalty 5B. So the umpires really clamping down here on anything being said. So King Power, what a remarkable turnaround. 6-4 they were down, 7-6 they now lead.
Yeah, what a turnaround, what a chucker, what a difference the horses can make. Pablo McDonough was on an absolute flyer and managed to change the tide of the game there, getting into the lead now. 7-6, and they've got a hit from the halfway line.
Yeah, when Pablo and Nico on this kind of format they've been in this chucker, there's little anyone can do. Nico Perez, he's gone for the big drive. He's put plenty on it. Pablo McDonough has run through. He has got the angle, but he's capable. But the bounce of the ball just made life a little bit tricky. Top comes across. The umpire's happy. Top is there with a shot towards the goal, but just wide to the left-hand side. So a sigh of relief by the Valhalla camp. Still plenty of time in this game. 2 whole chuckers and a little bit longer remains as Alfredo Capella taps it back. Looking to take on the waiting Will Harper. Will Harper's done so much work off the ball. We've seen him get a lot closer to Alfredo Capella in this second half as the 2 come together now with the ball running. But Harper, has he got the strength? Alfredo Capella couldn't quite reach it, left behind, and Nico Perez is there. Perez, he was looking for Pablo McDonough. McDonough's got to turn back onto it, but he had time in front of Jack Richardson as we hear the buzzer goes. And Pablo McDonough is showboating now out there, just takes it out the air, takes it to the right-hand side of Capella, but couldn't beat him for speed of this Capella coming back. Called off the ball by Benjamin Pinello. Pinello looks to turn it back around. How far down the field can they get? They've got about 20 seconds to go before we hear the second buzzer. They needed to get further than that because Harper's stolen it, but Benjamin Pinello gets it back. Pablo McDonough comes across. The umpire's happy as McDonough still. He's got about 5 seconds to go here. He hasn't got enough. Let's hear it here at the ground. End of a 4th chucker. What a chucker for King Power. They come away leading 7-6.
Wow, fantastic chucker for King Power as well. They did amazing. They came back and got into the lead at the end of the 4th. So we'll be back in just a minute. King Power on 7, Valhalla on 6.
Watching horses interact with each other is deeply moving. Their communication is filled with sensitivity, a reminder of how humans could be. Sincere, trustworthy, and respectful. When we experience their companionship, we feel an indescribable warmth and connection. It's as if they are teaching us, This inspired Standing Rock, with support from the HPA, to present a trophy to the season's most outstanding team, honouring the core values behind fair play and sportsmanship. It reflects a world where fair play isn't just a rule, but a promise we make to each other about respecting, supporting, and achieving together.
Valhalla Polo Team.
Versus King Power.
So welcome back here. Two more chuckers in this crucial quarter-final game with King Power coming back in that last chucker just to get ahead by one.
Yeah, what a chucker that was by Pablo McDonough. He really, when he turns it on, there's very little you can do to stop him, and he really did take control of that chucker.
Yeah, indeed. They'll have to close him down, Valhalla. And watch out, some classy plays between that guy, McDonough, and Nico Pierres. Valhalla, though, will never, ever give up. That's for sure. They will keep pushing right to the end of this game. So I imagine we're going to get a good one at the end. Justin McRae is on Best Man. Jack is on Rush. Benja is on Angie. And Capella on Jumbo.
Yeah, watch out here for Angie, Benjamin Pinello, Machitos Angie. It's been labelled as his best. Justin McRae on Best Man. Horse bred just up the road by Alan Kent, trained up at Madam's Farm. Players then back on the field to play the fifth chukker. Just stand corrected, there wasn't in fact a yellow card for Benjamin Pinello. We were slightly misinformed on that one. So apologies about that. So no yellow cards awarded. So 7 goals to 6. A throw-in just in front of that goal being defended by Valhalla. Tim, can they come back and stop the momentum that King Power seem to have at the moment?
Well, certainly they can. You can never, ever discredit Valhalla. The games they've had coming into this, coming back from all sorts of difficulties. They've been down by 5, come back to win in overtime. So certainly they can come back from this. It's going to be very, very tough. Of course, King Power not only superbly mounted, but the players out there are playing beautiful polo as a team. Nico Pierres working really hard, doing well. And then Pablo McDonough, what he did in that last chukker was sensational, taking King Power into the lead. 2 more chukkers to go.
So we're just saying on the live stream as well, a couple of horses out there. Watch out for Los Machitos Angie being played by Benjamin Pinello. Horse he brought over from Soto Grande. Justin McRae out there on a locally bred horse, Best Man. So players line up. King Power, they lead by 1. We saw in the last game the team who kept on trailing by 2 came away with the win. Can King Power do the same? Not if Capella can do anything about it. Alfredo Capella, this is the chukker where this Valhalla team have tended to come into their own in this tournament so far. Can they do it again here with Benjamin Pinello? Pinello, he's being faced up there by Harper. Still then, Benjamin Pinello, Alfredo Capella, making sure Harper can't get close to Pinello there as he just dribbles that ball up the ground. He can keep doing this all day long if he wants Benjamin Pinello. Pablo McDonough now, he will come in and look to stop Benjamin, but Benjamin, he just needed an inch and he got it, but he left the ball behind. He's back. Oh, Capella, he lined up for everything and he left it behind as Top gives it to McDonough. Capella coming back out. He seems everywhere out here in this chucker. Alfredo Capella just stops it back round, spinning it round again. Alfredo Capella, they can start again here for Valhalla side. Capella taps it to the halfway line. Justin McRae, he goes up, as does Jack Richardson, but it's still here now. It will fall for Harper. Harper called for a backhand play. Not a lot of distance. Pires comes up against Capella. Capella, he's there again. Alfredo Capella, he's fighting with everything he has to make his way towards the goal. He gets a deflection again, and he sends it up with the near side shot. It's going to run close, but it's going to run to the left-hand side. But what an effort.
Yeah, Capella did so much work there for Valhalla, managing to get it all the way to the back line. Not quite straight enough in the end, but the resilience of these guys, putting the effort they put in, Valhalla, is formidable. Anyway, King Power from the back.
So Nico Pires it is here for the famous blue shirts. The King Power side of Top. The family, of course, the owners of Leicester City Football Club. Hence these shirts as they go out to the left-hand side. McDonough knew straight away though he'd put too much on it. It bounces up over the boards, and it will be a drop ball in favour of Valhalla. I heard a whistle on the ground. I think Pablo McDonough has a loose boot on his horse, so they will allow the players to go off and change. So free change here on the ground. We'll be back here in a couple of seconds underway. So free change. We mentioned a few times one of our presenting partners actually Standing Rock, which is all to do with this Fair Play Award and encouraging players, of course, to do this sort of thing. And if one player needs to go off and change, show that fair play, show that spirit of the game. We're delighted to have Standing Rock here as one of our presenting partners. Victor Ladoran Award, new this year, coming in to the team that the umpires decide are show the best spirit, the most, Yeah,
and it's been a very well-spirited tournament so far. Wonderful polo and good sportsmanship on the field. Even when it gets right down to the last chucker and extra time, which maybe this one will do.
So players, having been afforded the chance to go off and change. Alfredo Capella back on that grey dammer here in this fifth chucker. 7-6, Valhalla, they trail. As I mentioned, this is a team categorized by late comebacks. One goal for them. They're going to be confident they can make it back as Alfredo Capella takes on Harper. Leaves it now for Benjamin Pinello. Pinello sends it up down the ground, looking for Capella. Capella couldn't pick up the near side shot. Now comes Capella again. Nico Pires did enough to put him off and spin round onto the ball here for King Power. Great defensive work again by Nico Pires. Has a look up. He's got Jack Richardson coming in. Alfredo Capella gets the hook on Pablo McDonough. Benjamin Pinello riding down the line alongside Will Harper, but it's Nico Pires who comes away with possession of the ball, and the umpires spotting something in amongst the crowd. I hear Jack Richardson telling his young teammate Benjamin Pinello just to keep his cool, let the umpires say what they're going to say, because I think this one's going in their favour as well.
Yeah, going in favour of Valhalla from the penalty spot to even things up in the fifth. Well, there it is. Beautifully taken penalty. Capella even things up. 7 goals all.
A place in the semi-final on Wednesday then at stake as Alfredo Capella on Dama just brings it to the left-hand side. Nico Perez equal to it and more. There is top players all appealing for something. The umpires let play continue as Nico Perez is able to get here again for King Power. Oh, Jack Richardson, oh, he was nearly gone. And it's here still with Nico Perez, but Benjamin Pinello does eventually get there for Valhalla. Can they get themselves back in front here? Benjamin Pinello taking on Harper and Perez. The backhand played. I didn't see that one, but they knew exactly what was going on as Alfredo Capella now able to pick it up here for Valhalla to the right of Pablo McDonough. Jack Richardson leaves it in turn for Benjamin Pinello. Pinello just about got away with it. Yes, he does. He's going up now in towards the 60 on the near side. Perez is there, as is Harper. Jack Richardson looking to back him up, and he's there on the near side, and in swoops Pablo McDonough, confident enough to take it towards his own goal line. Jack Richardson still chasing. We're in the final 2.5 minutes here of this chuck as Pablo McDonough finally gets the chance to move. Benjamin Pinello makes sure he can't move too far though as Jack Richardson comes onto it again, the dummy backhand, and he brought Will Harper out there as it's still here now with Jack Richardson. Use it as for cool. Capella has to show forward motion, and he does just that. Sends it long down the ground, looking for Jack Richardson on the run. Across comes Pablo McDonough, showing his strength in defence as he takes control of the ball. And look how he just brings it round in front of his own goal and then takes it round again. Great play by Pablo McDonough. Lovely. We all thought he was going to go left, but he keeps going right as Jack Richardson won't let him go. Nico Perez. Perez brings it down to a standstill. The tension here at the ground. You can hear the nervousness in the air as Jack Richardson brings it round. Still Richardson looking to take on Pablo McDonough. In again comes Benjamin Pinello. The game just getting stuck, it seems, in this King Power 60-yard line. Can Valhalla come away with it and a goal to put themselves back in the lead? It's Benjamin Pinello looking now about 70 yards from goal. They've got to be patient from here as Benjamin Pinello takes on Nico Perez. The umpires are happy there as their team in blue have to clear out the way. Sent down now for Jack Richardson. Across comes top. The umpires still say play on. Jack Richardson gets a backhand, but not a lot of distance on it. And it looks like for the time being, King Power have survived. But Capella putting on the pressure at the front once more. Valhalla relentless in this attempt to put themselves back in front on the scoreboard as Capella taps it back up. He's got all teammates behind him. A Valhalla train making their way still towards that goal as Benjamin Pinello. The confidence to go to the right-hand side. The audacity to try the next shot from there, but just wide to the right-hand side.
Wow, what an attack from Valhalla, putting so much pressure. Those three professionals, they just keep coming at them one after one after one. A great attack. The defense was strong enough from the King Power team to hold them off. And here they bring it again with a hit in. Big hit down the middle.
A big hit down the middle, but I think Nico Perez's stickhead went about as far as the ball there, so he is momentarily without a stick. So it's Alfredo Capello. Can they make the most of it? The shot towards the goal, but it's going to go wide to the left-hand side again, and you just wonder, Tim, at the end of this game, there's been a lot of pressure here, but they haven't come away with anything.
No, the defense is strong enough. Valhalla piling it on. But King Power holding strong at the moment. They'll be keen to get the ball out of this area on this hit-in, though.
So King Power come again. Nico Perez to his right-hand side. Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough will pick it up. Watch for Perez down the centre of the ground. Just for a second, he's got ahead of Jack Richardson. And the set play has worked superbly. It's Nico Perez who's gone. And it's going to be King Power. They've been backs against the wall. And Nico Perez, clinical from 90 yards out. Nico Perez.
Wow, that was just pure class right at the end of the chukker to get in the lead there. But Nico Perez picking up that pass so beautifully from the back, picking it up at the front, and then just a sweet finish. Quality polo to put King Power up in the lead as we go into the last. The scores are King Power on 8, Valhalla on 7.
Valhalla Polo Team.
Versus King Power.
And there we see the replay at the end of the 5th. That wonderful goal from King Power. So we get ready now for the last chukker in this quarter-final. After that wonderful goal from King Power at the end of the 5th, they lead by 1, 8-7 against a notorious Valhalla, who are known for coming back in the last chukker. So let's see what we've got in store here.
Just wonder how, having been putting on all the pressure in that last chukker, frustrated with their shots going wide left Valhalla, only to see King Power, one chance, one goal, put themselves back in front clinically through Nico Perez. When you see down in the pony lines, it does look like Valhalla asking for a little bit of time.
Yeah, so the King Power boys, they came out and they got ready for the throw-in. You can see them out there. Something happened down in the Valhalla line. The players are back off their horses, waiting for something. Umpire Dixon is down there to see what's going on and set things straight. But they're just getting ready for the last chukker here now.
I couldn't make out whether it was one of Jack Richardson or Justin McRae from a distance. He's just off shot at the moment, asking for some support. You see Tommy Pinello there.
Benka.
In the
Oh, Tommy's there.
yeah, Tommy's there. What a contest those two had. That game, White Crane versus Valhalla, that last game of a whole group stages. It was all on it.
Yeah.
Ben-Amin got the better of Tommy that time round.
That was an epic game, that last game. And yeah, Benka getting through that time. My word, did he play well, though, in that game. And the one to get the overtime goal as well.
So Justin McRae, Jack Richardson, both standing close. Justin did miss the last game of that group stage. He doing some kind of stretching there. I'll ask him about that one later. But he did miss the last game of the group stage with the flu. And you see Emma McRae there, his substitute. We will see. You can see here, umbrellas are down, binoculars are up. Much better conditions. So one chukker left. 8-7. What do you reckon?
All to play for. It's so exciting. Valhalla often so good in the last chukker. They're trailing by 1 at the moment. Of course, King Power being such a massive Titan team, coined by Carl earlier on, they would have some serious horsepower behind them. But Valhalla are also very, very well mounted, and they've managed to pull it off at the end of the game several times already. They have amazing heart, that team, and it's a different tactic really, a little bit, with the 3 of them coming around and all making attacks against the King Power, who are very much using Nico and Pablo on the ball, and Will's doing the blocking, and then Tops up at the front. It's a slightly different setup from both teams, isn't it, John?
It is set part. Will Harper, his second half, he's been amazing at what he's done. They came into the half down, they were under pressure. But Will Harper, you've seen him get so close to Alfredo Capella. It's a tough job. Takes a lot of discipline. It's frustrating. You don't see a lot of a ball. And then all it takes is, you ultimately he's a 4-goal player against an 8-goal player. So you do expect Capella to beat him from time to time. But he's done an amazing job in this half. And it's been a big difference as they've lined up.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done so much work on Capella, which is not easy as well. He's a big, strong guy as well. And those charging runs he gets through. He's starts at the back very often, but then you'll see him bursting through the middle on the attack up at the front. And then he's also obviously got Pinello and Richardson supporting him. And Justin McRae at the front. They've been using him a bit, hitting the ball up to him as well. But all 4 of those guys in maroon just Justin McRae back on the field now. All the players are back and we'll get ready to go this last chukker.
So 8 goals to 7. King Power up against it. They've come out 1 goal up going into the final chukker. The umpire's just checking that Justin McRae is indeed okay to continue, and they are going to throw it in here in the center of the ground. Can Valhalla do it again, or will it be King Power a repeat and get themselves into the semi-final? As it's here again with Alfredo Capella. Capella, he's got an inch now, just goes to the right-hand side of Nico Perez. Perez got the hook. It falls now for Will Harper. Harper now in front of Benjamin Pinello. Leaves it now again for Nico Perez. Perez out the air once. Just takes a little bit of a bounce, so it's going to be Benjamin Pinello. Nico Perez came in. The crowd to my left, they heard and saw that one, but the umpires say play on as Alfredo Capella not giving up. In comes Will Harper there as well as Jack Richardson. Richardson, as all players fight over it. Superb work by Jack Richardson, but he chose to leave it. And the umpires did blow their whistle. I actually think that's for attack problem. So the bridle of Will Harper just about staying on there, and it is going to be with Alfredo Capella in possession. It will be a drop ball for the Burgundy of Valhalla. So they start again. Will Harper just being allowed to pick up a loose horseshoe off the ground as well. Alfredo Capella and Benjamin Pinello. They stay close again. Alfredo Capella with the tap. Just in front of him there is Harper. Capella goes to the right-hand side of Will Harper. Great play there by Capella. Takes it up towards about 70 yards from goal here as Capella fighting his way out there. Behind him again is Benjamin Pinello. Still now with Alfredo Capella. Just taps it up into the 60. Goes to the right again. Who's got Benjamin Pinello still behind him. Just fighting into the corner there, and Capella is able to come round in a circle in front of all of them. Look at Capella go. He's fighting the entire of the King Power defense a second time over, but then comes Pablo McDonough to take it away. McDonough takes it towards the back line. Still now, McDonough looks to his left-hand side where he's got top hat in front of him and some open ground as well here on Lawns ground at number 2. McDonough opens up the shoulders, sends it to the left-hand side, looking for Nico Perez. Nico Perez, look like ground just coming up behind him. It's held up so well. Testament to the ground staff here at Calgary Park with the rainy conditions that we've had as now King Power look to run. Benjamin Pinello needs to be careful. Down the ground, but spinning. Oh, look at that. They all had a look round. The umpire's happy for play to continue. And it's Benjamin Pinello, the courage that he showed there to come away with the play, reaching out in front of him. It's a really pivotal part of this game now as Benjamin Pinello goes to the left-hand side. In the centre there, in between Harper and Nico Perez. And Will Harper, he took it off them all. The umpires say play on. It's Nico Perez for King Power. Surely it's another one for the team in blue. Nico Perez with the score, and what a play by Will Harper. 9 goals to 7. King Power lead.
Wow, yeah, that was Will Harper working so hard in amongst the pros there, battling away. And if you take the man for long enough, eventually the ball pops out. It popped out in front of him, and he slapped that under the next shot in order to get the goal there, an important one. Stretching their lead by 2 in the last. King Power 9, Valhalla 7.
4 unanswered goals by the team in blue. They've spun this game round on its head, but there's still time. Valhalla, they need to go from here with Alfredo Capella. Capella looking to take on top. Justin McRae, oh, he's calling for the pass, and it's delivered by Capella, but it's just put too much on it. And that left side of the goalpost, it's just proven a real deterrent for Valhalla. Ball then on the back line. 3.5 minutes still remain in this contest. King Power, at the moment, look to have one step in that semi-finals. Ladolfina Greatoaks, Perotto Cambiasso, they wait. It's great work done by Top, taking away Alfredo Capella off the ball. That's why Pablo McDonough has so much time as McDonough now taking on Capella, who comes into the play. Capella reaches out for the hook. He's not going to get him from there as Pablo McDonough runs. McDonough taking on Benjamin Pinello. Benjamin Pinello, though, is equal to it. He gets a big near side backhand, and Jack Richardson needs to go. Jack Richardson on Sierra, looking to run now, going in between Harper and Nico Pires. Big bump and a ride off by Jack Richardson, who takes it out towards the boards. Great pressure it is, though, by Harper. He does enough. And Nico Pires, so much work being done by Will Harper. He's had a great second half out there for this King Power side, but he's got to do some more defense as Pinello comes through, and this time he does get a whistle.
Yeah, well, great attack from Valhalla. Defense coming in from Will Harper, very, very strong, but they just keep coming, the Valhalla team. And eventually they get a penalty out of that one in front of the goal here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a penalty 3 or penalty 2, maybe a 40-yarder. But this left-hand side of a goalpost, it's really, it is a 30, it's a penalty 2. But this left-hand side of a goalpost, it's just made life really difficult. Can we get this one in between? And they need it.
Yeah, they need it. They need it to stay in this game. How long left do we have there, John?
Just under 3 minutes, so plenty of time if they can get this one.
Absolutely, this will get it back within 1 goal in the last 3 minutes of the quarterfinal. Benja from 30.
Benjamin Pinello looks like we want to come around and take. Mentioned a couple of times that comeback against White Crane, and they were further behind than this at that stage, and Benjamin Pinello, he turned it round.
Well, there he goes. No warm-up, no pre-swing, but he slots it through and makes it 8-9. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left.
Benjamin Pinello, with a couple of loud gasps to my right-hand side at the ground. Let's hear it here at the ground. The players back in the centre. Let's cheer them on. What a game both these sides have put on. The wind, the rain, the thunder, the lightning, it's all happened. But 9 goals to 8, 2 minutes left. As there's been another whistle on the ground, I think another loose horseshoe on the ground. So just 2 minutes, perhaps seconds more remain. Valhalla, can they come back again, or can King Power hold on and get themselves to another semi-final of this great tournament? Oh, just top. He was gone there, but it just deflected off the pony of Benjamin Pinello. Now, Pinello and Alfredo Capella, they will set this one up again. Capella comes in behind. Benjamin Pinello brings it round to the left-hand side. Richardson takes away Harper. In comes Pablo McDonough, but Pinello keeps on going, takes McDonough away. In there now is Alfredo Capella. Capella, oh, just for a second, the ground opened up for him. It's going to still come out, though. Alfredo Capella leaves it for Benjamin Pinello. Top comes in. Pinello, oh, great defensive work there by Top, making it really difficult for Valhalla as McDonough gets the tail backhand, but it was wonderful play by Top there in defense as Alfredo Capella. He needs this attack to continue. Takes it out towards the boards, and it does stay in play. We're going into the final minute. It's now or never for Valhalla. They need this goal to allow their debut high goal season to continue here at the British Open as Benja Pinello to the right-hand side. He's got time. He doesn't have to take anything too dramatic from here, but he goes for it with the next shot. Oh, my word, he's done no left. It's gone left.
Wow, wow, wow. What a play from Pinello. Attacking their goal there. Great shot, leaning out, going under the neck. What an angled shot, but just out to the left. They've still got time, Valhalla. King Power from the back line.
So Benjamin Pinello just wide. They come again, King Power. Valhalla need to get the ball on this play. Jack Richardson fighting hard with Harper. He gets the tail. There could yet be one more chance. It's Benjamin Pinello. There's about 30 seconds. He hits it in for Pony and McDonough clears. That was the chance. Or what, can they find it one more time? It's going to be Top here for King Power. They just need to keep possession and they will be in the semi-finals. Capella with the backhand. It's great work again by Will Harper. And Pablo McDonough has the space of Lawns Ground number 2 to see this one out. And there goes the buzzer. What a performance. What a game. Let's hear for both sides. Valhalla, what a debut season they've had. bad. They will come back again. But King Power, one hurdle too many. They are in the semi-finals on Wednesday.
Wow, what a fantastic game. Again, right down to the wire. The 17th game in this tournament so far that is decided by just one goal. Great battle put on by Valhalla all the way to the end. King Power, well, they were classy players. Of course, McDonough and Nico Pierres doing some wonderful stuff with their experience and their polo IQ. Then Will Harper doing a huge amount of work for King Power in the middle, working on the men so hard and getting the ball as well, managing to pass it up to the other pros. Top also did a superb job for the King Power team. Massive organization, like we said, a lot of horses based here and in Thailand. And a big win for them, getting them through to the semi-finals on Wednesday. Vamos! Little kid, maybe a little one of the pro sons, I imagine. But what a game that was. Wow, right down to the wire. Well done to Valhalla. King Power though, classy team, move on to the semis.
Oh, what a performance by Will Harper. You see him getting off. I think Nico Perez and Pablo McDonald, right, they get a lot of plaudits for the attacking work and the prowess in front of goal, but you can't underestimate how much work was done there by Will Harper. Top as well, he had a great game out in front. He scored a goal for the side, stretches the play so well, Pablo McDonough. But Will Harper, I think, really performed strongly in that second half. His father, of course, James Harper, England international, well-known figure to us. But Nico Perez, the first then of the Perez family. There will be one of them in the semi-finals, taking place on Wednesday.
Yeah, and these guys will be taking on La Dauphine Great Oaks with Perotto Cambiasso after he had a big challenge this morning but managed to beat Desert Palm. So King Power versus La Dauphine Great Oaks in the semi-final together.
How about a word for Valhalla? They've been an amazing watch. It's been an amazing journey for Justin McRae, as we mentioned, their first year playing in the high goaler team. So much work. Jack Richardson, the player, the captain, did a lot of work throughout winter putting the team together alongside Alan Kent, the coach, in the sidelines as well, the management of that Valhalla organisation, Alfredo Capella and Benjamin Pinello. They were underdogs. It was a great story, but they got so far and they will come away so with great memories of their own, and also having wowed and given memories here to this Calgary audience for 2024.
Yeah, absolutely amazing to have Valhalla here. It really lifted the crowd when they were playing. They had a big support group and a lot of converters moved over and supported Valhalla, the wild cards, to come out of nowhere and get so far. Every one of their games going right down to just the one goal. King Power, we're in the King Power tent. High fives all around as they move on to the semis. It was hard work though against a very strong Valhalla team.
Yeah, this King Power side, they were semi-finalists up in the Queen's Cup as well. And Pablo McDonough and Nico Perez on their day, we know those two are a match for anybody. It's going to be tough. Of course it will, against La Dauphine Great Oaks and Perotto Cambiasso, but they may well have seen a little bit of a sign today as we have a look now at some of these goals. Alfredo Capella on that great dammer there in that chucker. He had such a great tournament, Alfredo Capella. I love the way that he plays, but here this side, this was a wonderful goal. Pablo McDonough hitting it. I think it was meant to be a pass, but it just flew all the way.
Yeah, that was a beauty. Lofted shot right from the back, right up over the top, just enough to go over the line. Here's an attack from Valhalla as they're coming through. Backhand not coming in. Becca Pinello sneaking through, finding space, sneaking through on the near side and flicking that one through. And Top put this one in. This was a great play from King Power, passing it up the ground, player to player, and then Top doing a superb job in the front to finish it off.
Yeah, and another one here for the King Power side. This was Alfredo Capella. That's when, for the first time, they put some real sort of daylight between the two sides. 6-4, they were in the ascension. But it wasn't to be. This was another wonderful goal by Pablo McDonough, who we are going to have an interview with. They're just getting ready in in the tents to have Pablo McDonough. This was the goal, though, Tim. I think this was, they've been under pressure, and then Nico Pires just goes.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal, right from the line out, straight to Nico, and then he flicks that one through at a flat-out gallop, just with a slow flick to put it through from about 90 yards. This one here, he ran through to get one soon after that.
Yeah, no, Nico Pires, really, really great game. But we're now going to head to the other 9-goaler in the King Power lineup. Truly one of the best players in the world. Well, but first we're going to have the stats before going to Pablo. But field goals, 3 by Valhalla, 6 by King Power. The penalties just for 1 missed by Alfredo Capello. I remember that one. That was close as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Valhalla getting quite a few of the goals from the penalty spot. Look, 5 out of their 9 goals. King Power capitalizing, scoring every single penalty they had a chance. But 2 very good teams. Perhaps King Power outclassed them a little bit at the end.
Yeah, the class did tell him. The man who we are about to see with this interview, Pablo McDonough. It was that fourth chucker. You commented on it so well when they came off the horse, how he just came out and he really changed the whole direction the game was heading.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was Picarona, that dark, almost black-coloured horse, and it changed the game. He came out, scored those 2 goals in quick succession, and even after that, King Power had a power play. There was suddenly a change in tide, and they looked so strong right toward the end. We'll go now over for the interview.
So yeah, as we look at the gliders here, we will now head down to the pony lines. We have Pablo McDonough waiting to give us some thoughts on the game.
Pablo, what a game! What a summer! What a game under the rain, under the sun. How is to play in different conditions in the same in the same match?
I think that of course it's difficult for both teams, and the first 3 checkers literally were under the rain. We couldn't control much the ball, the horses, so the field, it didn't look that bad, but it got really bad at the end or in the second half. So I don't know, tough conditions, but it's important to win, and we just wanted to find a way at the end to score 1 more goal than them, and I think we did it.
It was a house before the match to think on a Valhalla, which they are completely underdogs. How is to prepare a game, against someone that it's difficult to know what they are.
No, for us it wasn't difficult in that way, because it was they showed what they could do, what they were capable of during the whole Gold Cup. They lost 1 game in overtime. So when we had to face them, we knew they were a really, really tough team to beat. It wasn't any surprise for us. Maybe it was a surprise for I think Desert Palm, that they beat them in the first game, and they didn't know how Valhalla played. But for us, it was very clear that this is a really, really good team. So we knew we had to have a really good day, and the horses to be right, and that bit of luck that you always need at the end when these games are so close.
You play with a lot of different organizations alongside your career. What is to play? How is to play for King Power?
First of all, I have to thank them for giving me the opportunity to be part of their team. I always heard during my career only good things about King Power, honestly. With all the players that they went through, that they play in different seasons with them. It's very easy to adapt when you go to a place that they give you everything for you and your family to be comfortable. So so far so good. I'm trying to do my best for them, and we hope we can deliver it.
You have to play the semi-final against the Wonder Boy.
He didn't play that good today.
No.
Another. It's not a surprise what he's been doing. So I don't know. We really need to have a very disciplined day that day. Hopefully we can score all the chances we create, because against teams like that, if you start missing or you don't put in all the situations that you have, then it's a difficult team to beat. But we have played them already. At least, hopefully, we can learn from what we did wrong there and improve and try to have a chance to win. You know.
The last one. After here, you go to Soto Grande. How is to be focused in here, semi-final Gold Cup, which is one of the best in whole Europe, but at the same time, already thinking and planning Soto Grande because they are around the corner.
Yes, but Soto Grande is all that has been organized months before. So now, honestly, we've been doing this for how many years? Playing in England and then in Spain. So we are all used to being in that position. Once you are done here, you have to go there, and it's the same again for everyone. So hopefully it's another good season for us. I'm going to play with Poroto there, so it's good fun too, and we'll see how it goes. But first, I want to think about the semis.
Well, thank you very much, Pablo. Back to you, Tim and John.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. King Power, the second semi-finalist through, having beaten an amazing Valhalla game. So King Power will take on Great Oaks, La Delfina Great Oaks in the semi-final. We've got quarterfinals again tomorrow. Do please tune in. It's been a pleasure commentating with you, John. Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure to commentate for this entire tournament. Until now, it's an absolute pleasure and an honor, in fact, commentating the best players in the world playing for one of the most important tournaments in the world. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the second semi-finals.